Jean clothes. There is a real jeans boom in the world. The secret of this strong material is in the special weaving of the threads and their coloring. This fabric is super wear-proof. You can use it infinitely. Our masterclass will allow to dream up with this material and to master the new textile technologies. We will use not only trouser leg, pockets and belts. We will teach you by the easy movement of hand to transform your old jeans in bags, decorations, details of evening clothes, and we will make it right now. And here with you, Tatiana Lazareva. Jeans, a strong, convenient, universal material, and today also is the most popular. But there was a long time ago in California as clothes for farmers, cowboys and gold diggers. In 18th century, this fabric was made in the Italian city of Genoa, which has untitled this unique material jeans. But there is also the second name denim. It was given by the French city de Nîmes, where in the distant 18th century have learned to make a rough, strong fabric for sails and sails trousers. My close friend has confided her experience. Her young daughter doesn't want to go on the school leaving party in a long dress and wants to go in jeans. To her affliction, I have supported the young lady. Why? Jeans, but unusual and special. You need the old jeans, the sea of imagination, and a large quantity of unnecessary elements, cords and ribbons, band, pastes, beads. You can use everything that you have. I think that it's necessary to prepare for work. If you, together with us, have decided to create by your own hands an ultra-modern jeans corset, have in mind that this troublesome business demands numerous fittings and exact fit on the figure. Usually, the corset consists of 3 layers. Internal, lining. Middle is that which holds the form, usually use flax, crinoline or the new glutinous material. And decorative, which we will create with you by our own hands from old jeans and lots of decorative elements. Organza, ribbons, cords, gold threads and usual. Everything that usually is thrown out in a litter basket is a remarkable material for creativity. I think that you will make everything, and we can easily start our work. From old trouser legs we cut the corset details, usually with margins not less than 3 centimeters, as the details will miniaturize and will be deformed during the work. We begin. Initially, the corsets were the business of men's hands. They worked with metal, with the whalebone. They cut out and did fittings. And ladies quilted and gathered the details and decorated. Thus, the creation of corsets was often the family business. Today, as before, the corsets continue to decorate with stones, pastes, beads, paillettes, brocade and velvet. They weigh at times much. Not only the crown of monomach is heavy. Fortunately, modern masters shouldn't work with such labor-intensive materials as the whalebone, wicker's horn, or an ivory. Modern masters use such materials as regolene. If you don't have it handy and work is urgent, then you can use usual plastic. This plastic, as a rule, is used at packing of refrigerators or TVs. But before put it in the self-fabric carrier, it's necessary to make round the edges that they don't injure a fabric and to file it using the nail file. And then to put in the self-fabric carrier from a strip of the fabric cut or on the bias at angle of 45 degrees or simply on a straight line. Thus, it's already ready to sew into the joints margin of your corset. Along the perimeter, we process the corset or buy the jeans fabric cut on the bias or any decorative band. You choose your, I choose the jeans fabric cut at an angle of 45 degrees. And the fastener can be a loop, a hook, a lacing, or very convenient fastener, a lightning. The corset details are convenient for sewing or a usual straight stitch, but very close to the edge. But I would prefer to make it a seam over the edge, by the hands. The early corsets had a rather simple design. If the corset was fastened from the front, it was called as opened, and as a rule used not only a fastener, but into a lath also put an oak core, metal, the whalebone, an ivory or a horn. Sometimes they were decorated with incrustations with love experience and pictures. The closed corset had a fastener from behind. As a rule, it was a lacing, and it was very important that a corset was laced up from a waist upwards. Today's women of fashion use the various kinds of fasteners. It's a universal zipper, button hooks, hinged loops in the form of special band, which can be bought in any sewing shop. And we will begin the making of hinged cotton loops and buttons. Secret cotton overhead buttonholes made very simply. You need to make 3-4 times an air arch equal to diameter of your button and to wind it round by normal thick, very tight and joined to each other with buttonhole stitches. The button necessarily should simply not pass freely, but to be in size according to your overhead buttonhole. So we start to work. Mother worries once, the daughter worries twice, and how I worry. After all, it's only simple orally and on paper. In our case, we from all genes have made the charming corset. By the way, the word glamour in English variant is magic and charm. And Frenchmen say that it's a small sigh of admiration. You are magnificent. It seems to me that we have the real glamour. By the way, a brilliant idea is to increase places on the trousers, which have the special pressure, belongs to Jacob Davis, who in 1873, together with Lew Strauss, has patented his great invention, as it needed a large quantity of gold diggers, at which the pockets were delayed and turned under the weight of gold ingots. But the rivets, which were in large quantity both on the pockets and in the perineum, sometimes disturbed. The cowboy, they disturbed scratching chairs, and the rivets in the perineum disturbed for farmers and cattlemen who adored in the evening to sit at the fire. Agree that the fused and heated metal is gamble. The fashion of 21st centuries is similar to a boiling bulb of the alchemist. In the experiment combine all, for example, burnt plastic with muslin, silk, organza or cotton, and aluminum plates, for example with silk or viscose. Sometimes the waste of cotton fluff combined with the help of special glues or high temperature and get a new fiber. What prevents to experiment to us? Probably only the absence of imagination and some laziness. And if you nevertheless will risk, you need the usual vlizelin, the most usual iron, and a tremendous, magnificent textile waste. And in your hands is a new handmade fabric. In conclusion, it's necessary to fix all your pasted textile luxury. It's better to make it by the straight meshing line. It's possible to add the decorative lines from a reserve of your sewing machine, manual stitches, beads, pads. You can fix on your new clothes ribbons, band, soutache, everything that is in your remarkable box. Do you remember the remarkable song, The Big Secret for the Small Company? I tell the big textile secret for very big company of our televiewers. Do you remember the children's game secrets? We took the usual glass and a large quantity of blades, flowers. Sometimes someone had luck and he found the beautiful wing of the butterfly. All it was covered with glass, powdered with the earth, and only to the best friends trusted to look at this tremendous secret. We will make the same. but by means of textiles. There are many cobwebs which will replace the glass: organza, silk, capron. All it covers any textile elements: cords, ribbons, tape, beads, and you will have a new texture. Having distributed evenly, or on the contrary unevenly, the textile material, you can make the gaps not filled with the textile material, and then you will have the beautiful transparent gaps. And we begin to stitch. You can stitch using a straight machine stitch, decorative. The thread can be usual or beautiful gold or silver. And then, as the final stage, comes the decorative moment, when you start to put on your already made handmade jeans fabric the strokes in the form of beads, paillettes, buckles. And you have a chance to have a remarkable evening corset. I can't believe. Out of nothing burns something, something marvelous and unique. Really, the royal gift to yourself for work, which have been attached in this unique work of art. It's possible to treat yourself only kingly. Experiment with us more safely. By the way, for coloring of an old jeans fabric, you can use ready store dye stuff, but we will make dark blue ourselves. You need 100 grams of manganese crystals, 150 grams of vinegar essence. We make deep, violet, almost black solution. We take a brush and we put on a jeans fabric the drawing. It's necessary only to fix and show. We make it with the help of hydroperite. It's necessary to use a fresh solution, which we put using a sponge, and it should fizz. You get a tremendous new jeans fabric, which is washed as well as usual. The formulary of medieval rules, the Domostroy said, "A good handwoman are the good wives, the profit and savings to all." The ingenuity, resource, and thrift of the women were always appreciated. The real masters appreciate any rags. It finds the worthy place in a patchwork period. Especially the method which is called lepochicha is a traditional patchwork method, finds a place also in works of modern designers. Experiment more safely. Mix velveteen and a jeans fabric, silk, organza, cotton, viscose, everything. The method is simple enough, and you can get with it help both an evening bag and a tremendous palatine and house slippers. The experiments are yet to come. Lepochicha is a traditional method. Our grandmothers tore a fabric. We will cut it. The width of strips is random and depends on the thickness and light of a material. We use 0.75 centimeters. Preliminary, having cut the strips, we fixed by a usual machine stitch the base on a fabric. You can stitch the strips of a fabric in rows, either for the middle or for the top end of a strip. So, we begin. When you would know from what rubbish verses grow, without knowing shame, Anna Akhmatova wrote. If she knew of what we make the textile decorations, I think that she would become our close, very emotional friend. Because we take in hand everything, up to thin pieces or usual threads. Roll up the most usual small ball and begin to quilt it through, the more the better. And you will have a small thick lump, which can be decorated or left as it you already have. We start. Today, our life is full of cares and daily vanity. Sometimes it's not simply to escape from the grayness of everyday life and to decorate your day with bright event. Only creativity will help you. We talk today about usual handmade miracles, which transform your life into bright event and change both shape and soul. Fortunately, the creative work has no borders, never dots, and to be continued. Good luck and to new meetings. With you there was Tatiana Lazareva.